Speaking of comedians, what's the deal with Jim Carrey saying he was sickened by the standing ovation?
Let's go, Jim. He's right.
He's right.
He's right.
We were all sickened. And these guys gave him a standing ovation. Everything he said was accurate.
Yeah, he's like, I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless en masse. I feel like, this is really clear indication of that we're not the cool club anymore, Jim Carrey said when asked.
I didn't understand that last line, but I agree with it. I didn't know how that connected, but he's right.
And then he said, I would have announced this morning that I will be suing Will for $200 million. Because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. That insult is going to last a very long time.
This is a great point.
Yo, that's facts right there.
That's a great point.
Like, this is going to be memed. It's going to be gift. Everything he ever does in his life is going to come back to this.
He might be overshadowed.
You know, the Oscars already announced that when Chris Rock dies, that's his in memoriam.
Wait,
that's
really?
the clip they're going to show.
True?
No.
That he's just getting slapped.
Just him getting slapped. But that's how it's going to live for the rest of his life. Even when he dies, you're going to see that clip.
Yeah. It's like OJ. Like, I don't know OJ as a football player.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't, like, I'm not a huge football fan, but like, it just doesn't exist to me as a football player. He exists to me as like a guy that used to play sports that killed a girl. And I'm like, this is not obviously on par, but like, is his legacy going to be overshadowed?
I feel the same way about OJ, and I'm older than you.
Right.
Like,
was he that good at football that I'm like,
yeah, I think he was nice.
He was incredible.
Yeah. Then he crossed over. He was like Naked Gun.
And he was funny in the movie.
Yeah.
I just know him as like
as
a
murderer.
personality
As a murderer.
and a guy that kills someone. But I'm like, this is not the same
innocent
level.
black man who got off.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we meant to say.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for clarifying, Al.
But like, with Chris
just like
Rock,
Cosby.
it's not the same thing. But it's like with him, is it going to be? Oh yeah, like you were this amazing actor, comedian, but also you got slapped by Will Smith.
Yes.
Also that.
Yes. Unless he can flip it in this new tour. Now, he can't flip it and talk shit about Will, but he's got to be able to make jokes about it to the point where he can like address it in a way where we go, I guess that was kind of funny and your reaction was reasonable. Because right now the reaction looks soft. Not saying he should go and fucking beat the shit out of him, but he shouldn't have been like told what to do and then immediately capitulate. He shouldn't have just sat there and also like fucking continued to read the teleprompter. Like, he should have stopped the fucking thing and said, get him out of there. Mm-hmm. He just slapped me. I'm being professional because I don't want to ruin this award for everybody else that's here and I don't want to ruin this night. But he's not allowed to slap me and just keep staying here for the rest of the show.
And you at least say that off stage. But it's also so tough to tell somebody how you would react when that happens. Because not only did you get slapped, there's no way you thought you were actually going to get slapped. And then by the time you process what happens, he's back in his chair yelling. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, I have so much empathy for...
You just slapped? What the fuck? Yeah, like you said, this has happened to you.
Yeah.
You got slapped and you're like, what?
You have no slapped for... You just cannot believe it.
A G.I. Jane joke? I really think he meant it when he was like, that was a G.I. Jane joke, dude.
Oh, if he slipped it though, that would have been so fire.
I think he put his face into it because he thought it was going to be a fake slap. He's doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he thinks he's just going to place tap him and then go back sit down. Then he really slaps him.
But the way he handled it really opened up the criticism that you can give to Hollywood, which is something good. So maybe on his tour, it's like he doesn't come for Will, but he says, okay, fuck the movie industry. Goes back to like having the control that a comedian can have.
He would never.
He wouldn't.
He's too beholden
but he could.
to it. He wants it too bad. He could.
And you know, where I'll
bad.
have some empathy. When you're in your late 50s or whatever he's in, you're probably like Russell said something that stuck with me when he came on Flagrant. He was like, I don't have the heart for that anymore. When he talked about doing the N-word on Def Jam. But yeah, I think to give Chris Rock some empathy, I think he's like, dude, my kids are grown. His kids are 50's age. And
Chris Rock's like 50-something. How old is he? 60?
I think he's 57 is what I read somewhere.
Yeah.
Bro.
50s. Definitely 50s, right?
Yeah, and like mid-50s. I've been doing comedy for 30 years. I'm kind of done with the fearless part. Kinda.
Yeah.
Like
And we also
I gotta go
don't
back
know like
to fucking
Chris Rock's personal constitution and how he like handles those things. But bare minimum, the show failed him. Like they failed to keep him safe. They failed to keep him secure. And then
honored the guy.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet someone put out was like, in order to calm Will Smith down, they gave him a statue of Jada.
That's very funny. That's really funny.
But they literally gave him an award, and then he had to like celebrate.
Dude, can you imagine being asked to present an award, getting slapped, and then the guy who slapped you gets a bigger award than the one you were presenting?
Yep.
It's crazy. And the fact they just let it happen it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. This is something that I'm very excited to share with you guys right now. They're sponsoring a podcast, but this is fire. Why don't you wipe all your personal information off the internet? Imagine there was a company that could do that for you. Imagine all your personal shit. You don't even realize your personal shit is up there. It's up there. Your phone number, your address, your email,
Your family's addresses,
your family's
everything.
address, the social security number, aliases, relative, IP information, fucking shopping habits. It's all across the internet. You don't even realize how many places it's in. Trust me, it is. It is scary how much is out there, and you can wipe that shit from the internet if you use Incogni, okay? Incogni is absolutely brilliant. I'm telling you, they have the ability to go across the interwebs and wipe all that personal information that should not be on these dark sites, should not be on these light sites either, should not be on any fucking site. Your personal information is yours and yours alone, and you should be able to control it. So you can request your personal data removed, okay, without dealing with the other objections that often happen, okay? You might not realize it, but there are companies that are selling your data. You know, you ever subscribe to a newsletter or something like that, and all of a sudden you're getting 1,000 of other emails. Yeah, they sold your data. We're going to wipe that shit with Incogni off of the internet so they can't keep doing that. That's right. They don't have the right to do that. Maybe they do. I'm not sure, but you know, it's a pain in the fucking ass and they shouldn't be able to. So
People can look you up. They don't know you. Find your parents' addresses, your relative addresses, your phone number. It's crazy.
absolutely.
Cut all that out.
Cut that shit out. And I'll tell you this right now. The first 100 people to use the code Schulz, SCHULZ, at the link below are going to get 20% off of Incogni. Protect your privacy today. Go to Incogni, INCOGNI.com/Schulz. Use the code Schulz to take your personal data off of the market, okay? It's not theirs, it's yours. You keep it yours with Incogni. Now let's get back to the show.
Well, that's what Zoe Kravitz was saying.
And then she
Yo,
got rinsed.
I didn't think she could get any hotter. Somehow she did. Defending the comics. God bless this woman.
Yeah, she goes, here's a picture of my dress at the award show where apparently we assault people on stage now.
God bless her.
And then they came for her.
Yeah.
Took the comments off.
Because
of
her
all
dress
the shit.
was mid.
What was the dress?
It's kind of.
I know. She posted a second one too. The second one's from
Al,
fire.
you care about the dress?
No, that dress is fire. Al.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Get out of here. This is one of the
Nah,
hottest
you're
women on
crazy,
earth.
bro.
Go to the other.
That's the OG one.
No, that one sucks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that one's mid, but this one's fire.
That one is straight
Yeah,
fuego.
I didn't see that one. That's nice.
But yeah, she just doubled down.
What up?
And people came for her. They're like, what,
Someone
you wouldn't
said,
defend
don't
your
you-
wife?
Yeah, what were they saying?
Someone said something like, so you don't understand Will defending his wife or something like that? And she just said, nope. All caps.
The what I saw them coming for her for was that like they're insinuating that she was like a pedophile or something because she said that Jaden was so mature when he turns 18, when he was 14 at the time, when he turns 18, that she's gonna date him or something.
She
like,
said something like, yeah, it was hard. I had to remind myself he's not 18 when we were
yeah,
talking.
but she's being silly. Like this is not.
Not allowed to be silly anymore in Hollywood.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
I guess let's keep the same energy.
Yep.
I guess let's keep the same
Jada
energy.
also fucked Jaden's friend, who she helped recover from a drug addict. So if you're going to get upset at someone making comments about being attracted to a kid, I know one is legal and one is not, but you fucked your son's friend.
Yeah.
That's like a whole porno category. How? This is the one where we're going after? I see no fault with anything Zoe did.
That's a whole porno category.
Yeah. What else are they getting on Zoe for?
Is that? But I
FA had a list of things.
I almost feel like it's a like cultural like counter reaction. Like you see it all the time where like someone will have like a point that's not really nuanced and then people will reject it completely in a not nuanced way also. So I feel like conservatives are like ripping on like Will Smith and blah blah blah, and then on Twitter people are like, oh, we're just gonna double down the other way.
So you
Oh,
mean-
Will Smith was justified.
Like every day online. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
literally. Yeah. But like people are just like doubling down without really thinking because people are shitting on Will so hard, people that they don't like.
This thing,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
I can't agree with Ben Shapiro.
I must.
I can't
push
agree with
back.
Candace Owens. Like,
Yes.
oh, that's what you think it is?
I
I
just
think
it's
there's
like
a part of it,
like
yeah.
the Twitter sphere.
There's like a
toxicity.
fight that already exists.
Yeah, sure.
And then everything gets put into the columns that of that existing fight. So where does the Chris Rock, Will Smith beef fit into this already existing political fight?
Yeah.
Oh, Ben Shapiro's going this way. Well,
Yeah.
I got to push back against him because I'm part of this column, and that's how I think, no matter what.
Yeah, I also think a lot of these people just have to take a certain side or like have an opinion that's, they're kind of like comics, but not funny.
Yeah.
Where it's like, let me have an opinion that's whatever the word
the algorithm
is,
also
that
just
hits.
incentivizes you for having a wild opinion.
Yeah.
Or, like having a unique opinion.
And there's a lot of
Unique or columned opinion. Like I think the
both.
algorithm will incentivize you for having that right wing opinion or the left wing opinion.
Yeah.
But the unique one, I don't know if there's that much room with it because I think people are just going there to confirm their beliefs.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? They're just like, hey, I agree with everything Ben Shapiro says. So Ben, how do we feel about Will Smith?
You
and
might
Chris Rock?
retweet like a unique opinion, but the one that sticks and gets the most comments and engagement is the one that fits into the side. So I see what you're saying, but I do think he's probably right in that it's like, oh, but this side makes me feel triggered, to use the word, so that's the one I'm going to really feel passionate about. This unique one is cool, but this one that I agree with passionately, that's the one I'm into.
Right. But yeah, I think that's part of the reason why it's getting kicked up so much on Twitter.
There's a lot of, I was really happy to see a black woman get defended, and that's fair, but are you not tired of seeing black dudes get assaulted?
Yeah.
Like, that's okay?
Yeah. They completely left that out, huh?
Yeah, it's
a black man getting humiliated.
getting assaulted, and nobody does anything to the guy who assaulted him, who, for whatever it's worth, is lighter, but also is richer and more powerful, and that guy gets away with it, and the black dude gets humiliated, emasculated, gets condemned for disproportionately for what he did, gets punished disproportionately for what he did, and nobody's talking about that. You were that happy to see a black woman get defended that none of that stuff matters to you? That's a little crazy, I think.
Yeah.
If Will had just screamed, as a comic, I'd be like, yo, don't interrupt the show. But that's it.
Yeah, that's what Jim Carrey said. He was like, you can scream if you want to voice disapproval, go on Twitter, whatever, but like you're going to slap someone for words? Like, words should never justify like physical violence, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
I
what he
agree
said.
with that.
But
I agree.
Kareem had a pretty thoughtful response where he said something like, if Will wanted to scream, you can disagree or not, but that's fine. But to slap him, it's actually sexist in that you're saying,
There's nothing that Jada could do.
I need to protect this woman from words because she's so weak and frail.
Yeah, she can't do it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can't even handle words.
Yeah. I think it's just Will searching for his identity, and now he believes that he's the I protect my family at all costs guy. And
You think he's still in character?
no, I don't think Will knows who he is. And I think that he wrapped himself around his success, and then when the success started to fizzle a little bit, he lost his identity, and now he's searching for it. And I think he's searching for it furiously, and he just can't find it because he doesn't actually know who he is.
If we can agree with he lost his identity, don't you think it's possible he wrapped his identity up in his most recent role that also is getting him all these accolades, which is Richard Williams' protective father?
I don't buy that. I don't buy it. I see that, and I think that's what the narrative he tried to push, but I don't buy that. I think it's possible to get like influence from that and be like, okay, maybe I'm this guy, whatever. For sure, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
But I think that the crux of it is he just doesn't know who he is outside of being I'm the number one movie guy.
He said something to Jada in one of their red table things, which is like, I had no self-worth. My self-worth is wrapped up in making her feel good or all these accolades, which is a lot to what you're saying.
I imagine, and I have no proof to back this up, so I'm just talking shit at this point, but I imagine Jada's approval is very hard for Will to get.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps him in this relationship. And it's almost competitive. Like he is fighting to get approval from this woman who won't really give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
There's this whole Tupac thing where like
That's
that was
crazy.
the one that was supposed to be. And as silly as it is for us that this superstar Will Smith could be with this, kind of lower tier actress and really care about her validation when he could be with any girl on the planet, we believe.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, he's like, I like this girl. She don't like me. I have to do anything to make her happy. Oh, an open relationship, be more evolved, try out all these different religions and all this other goofy shit. Anything to get her approval. And that's his fault. And a little bit of her to blame if you want I believe in personal accountability, but like maybe a little bit of her for maybe manipulating and taking advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
But that's what I surmise. Just be honest and be like, hey, I don't like it when people fuck my wife. This is really hard for me. And no, I'm being serious. Like, if he just came out, he was like, guys, I've been lying to you guys, and I don't like it when people fuck my wife. That would be the most relatable thing that he could possibly say.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me. I've tried really hard to be okay with people fucking the dog shit out of my wife.
Extremely relatable.
Yeah.
Everyone's at home like, yeah, same. Dude.
Yeah, that would
I do feel the
suck.
same way.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? It's one of my non-negotiables.
Yeah.
My
Real
wife shouldn't
talk.
get fucked by other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's no way that we can
It's
control.
a second non-negotiable.
Yeah, like don't tell me. No, there's no way we can control if that happens. We can only, because if we don't know, we just don't know.
Right.
But there's no way in hell someone's gonna be fucking my wife and they're gonna still be my wife. That's just divorce right there.
Yes.
So you won't be my wife. You're not gonna fuck my wife, and I know about it.
Yeah.
You can fuck the woman I love
Do you think?
and the person I've dedicated my life to. But my wife is the only thing I can control. I can remove that wife thing. And I think that's kind of what's sad about this.
It is sad, and it's good when this thing blows up hard. And
This relationship is done within 3 years.
I'm
Guaranteed.
curious to know these people who are so on board with this and think it's okay. Are they gonna step back at all and be like, "Oh yeah, that was actually
It's Britney Spears.
that was insane what was happening."
It's Britney Spears. Free Britney, free Britney. She's free, shaking her hips back and forth and doing up camera and
you
losing her
watch it.
fucking mind. I watch every single one.
Everyone.
Every single one I watch, right? One dance move back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Can we make one of those videos?
yes, we have to
Oh, that'd be
immediately.
fire. You walk in, just
Yeah.
like, and then walk off.
Have to. Yeah. But yeah, it's like we support it. Now we see that she probably should have somebody kind of looking after her. Her boyfriend's walking around with fucking $250,000 watches and shit. And
Well, maybe
second
not,
after
though. If she's not doing
shit.
anything wrong, I'm like,
That's true.
who cares? Like, yeah, she might look crazy to me on social media,
Yeah.
but like a lot of people are crazy.
I
on
think
social
time will tell with her. But again, you're allowed to be crazy. There's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting people.
media. Yeah, and she's not hurting anyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
do your thing.
But I think it will be similar to that, where it's just like, I think the problem with this situation right now is that after this happens, he can't break up with her.
Yeah, I don't think they split up. I think if you got through the August Alsina shit, like this is going to be light work because everything's going to go up. His book sales are going to go up. Anything
nobody
he
read
does,
his books,
nah.
Now
I
it's
even
gonna
got
go
his
crazy.
book after because now
Why?
I just want to check it out.
I know he has a book now. I didn't even know yet.
Yeah. Chris Rock sales is going up. I think it's going to be good for everybody. Everybody's going to tune into Red Table Talk. Like
Chris
everything
Rock
they
might
do,
financially
people
win.
are going to want to see.
Chris Rock might financially win, but you're never gonna look at him the same. You're just not.
No.
No,
He's got to address it. And
Yeah,
then that,
if he addresses it,
how we
good.
look at him will be dependent on how he addresses it. And if he has a really good reason for why he did what he did, and he's so fucking smart, he'll be able to cook one up. I think that he could get around it, but he has to address it. What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the Flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.